That's your superpower? That's your
hard
action?
nipples. Yeah, they can cut through glass. That's what they do.
Ryan, we need to get into this building.
I know how.
Turn me on.
Twist me. Hey guys, I'm Ryan Wright.
And I am Ryan Shoos.
Ryan Shoos, one of the stars of The Gallows. He is here today, and I'm going to be going to Fresno, California to vlog the little haunted mansion of
Where's
The Gallows.
Fresno, you say?
In California. So,
Middle of nowhere.
Maybe you should come along too. Anyway, from Screen Rant, we're going to check out 10 most unlikely action movie stars. I'm feeling a couple people on this list.
Like Screen Rant.
They're a good channel.
It's never been possible to predict the course of an actor's career. But these days, blockbuster franchises can turn the unlikeliest men and women into certified action stars. No one expected to see the lovable Chris Pratt make the leap from Parks and Rec to the buff star of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy and Jurassic World.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's just the latest in a long line of actors who transitioned from comedy or drama to big-time action and never looked back. Here are Screen Rant's 10 unlikely action stars. Will Smith. The Fresh Prince got his start rocking the house in the late 80s before landing his own TV show.
It's true, he's an action star, huh?
Skills, and he wasn't
total
the
action
type
star.
of actor you'd expect to see go guns blazing against a backdrop of explosions and mayhem.
I guess that's true.
In 1995, Big Willie teamed up with Michael Bay and Martin Lawrence for Bad Boys, and he's kept up his action chops ever since with films like Independence Day, Wild Wild West, I Am Legend, I, Robot, and Suicide Squad.
He looks the same in all those posters.
No matter what, he'll always be Uncle Phil's troublemaking nephew to us.
And what's Men in Black?
Kate Beckinsale started her career in the UK in the early 90s.
Beautiful she is.
She managed to leverage the exposure she got in Kenneth Branagh's Much Ado About Nothing into roles in films like The Last Days of Disco and Pearl Harbor. But Beckinsale decided to ditch her celebrity persona to star as the gun-wielding vampire Celine in Underworld.
That leather, though.
Action flick that ballooned into a 4-film franchise.
I just watched this recently.
She hasn't made a habit of appearing in many action films since, but seeing her show up in films like Total Recall always reminds us that she has just as much action experience as her male co-stars.
She's so gorgeous.
Matt Damon.
It's uncomfortable.
Matt Damon starred in 1997's Good Will Hunting, and earned an Oscar for writing it too.
Maybe.
After that, Damon was immediately cemented as an award-level talent on the rise. He started to get roles in other acclaimed high-profile dramas like Saving Private Ryan and The Talented Mr.
I love that
Ripley.
movie.
But a few years later, Damon decided to try something outside of his comfort zone.
Great.
The role of CIA assassin.
I remember when he did that, no one believed he could do it.
Damon's still A-list with the best of them. But when
his
he's
impressions?
not starring in movies like True Grit and The Departed, he's more than happy to sling guns in films like Elysium.
And The Martian
Zoe Saldana.
Coming up.
This actor seems to have practically cornered the market on mainstream sci-fi these days. She's had major roles in James Cameron's Avatar and J.J. Abrams' Star Trek, but still, it's easy to forget Zoe Saldana's skills in big screen action. The Losers and Columbiana didn't set the movie world on fire.
I didn't see
but the
Columbiana.
actress showed just how capable she is when
Movie's
the bullets and blades start flying. As Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy, Saldana reaffirmed her ability to play lethal and morally gray anti-heroines. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis is practically the definition of action hero. He established himself as one of the biggest action stars of all time, with the Die Hard series and a slew of other films ranging from The Fifth Element to The Last Boy Scout. But we tend to forget that Willis made his name in comedic films and TV shows like Blind Date and Moonlight. Even after Die Hard 2 hit theaters, Willis would appear in comedies like Death Becomes Her and Bonfire of the Vanities. Today, it's almost impossible to distinguish him from his action persona, but there was a time when the very idea of putting Willis in such a film would have been considered ridiculous.
No way!
Nicolas Cage. It's easy to imagine a world where Nicolas Cage never starred in The Rock, Con Air, or Face Off. He could have easily focused on more comedies like Raising Arizona, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and Vampire's Kiss. But The Rock secured Cage's name in the realm of big screen action above all other types of films.
Oh, he's so cool in that role.
He's sure to show up in the odd Kick-Ass, Ghost Rider, or Drive Angry. Not to mention indie films like Joe, eclectic offerings like Adaptation, and thrillers like Matchstick Men. Basically, the man does everything.
That is cool.
Uma Thurman.
Bad Lieutenant, too.
Uma Thurman first began her professional career as a model. Then she starred in both Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill films, where she cut the image of Beatrix Kiddo into audiences' brains with the end of her soul.
That's one of my favorites.
It's hard to imagine her on the catwalk when she seems so at ease lopping off limbs and plucking out eyeballs. But believe it or not, there was once a time
So
when Thurman
cool.
wasn't a vengeance-fueled martial arts master. She played Venus in Terry Gilliam's The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, and helped Timothy Hutton get his life back on track in Beautiful Girls. No wonder her transformation into a hardened killer took viewers by surprise. Keanu Reeves. Keanu became a fixture in action cinema with his roles in Speed and The Matrix trilogy. Before all that though, viewers knew Reeves for his laid-back surfer dude persona and his early history with teen films and dark comedies. Reeves didn't look, act, or sound like an action hero, but when he packed on some pounds and shed his hair for Speed in 1993, he fit the part surprisingly well. To this day, Reeves continues taking on non-action-oriented projects, films like The Lake House, Side by Side, and A Scanner Darkly. But he still puts out hard-hitting action movies like John Wick and Man of Tai Chi, keeping his action cred intact. Scarlett Johansson, the hot and dangerous Black Widow, first became noticed for her talent in another comic book,
Yep.
Still is.
low-scale indie
Yep.
film Ghost World. Scarlett Johansson earned even more praise years later for her performance in Lost in Translation and The Girl with the Pearl Earring. She started dabbling in action in Michael Bay's 2005 film The Island, but in 2010 she became part of the Marvel family with Iron Man 2. That's the part where she went from small supporting roles to blockbuster notoriety. Now she's making a name for herself as a full-blown action heroine, not only in the Avengers and Captain America the Winter Soldier, but even a starring role in Luc Besson's Lucy. Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
There he is.
This towering
daughter,
Irish
she
actor
was taken.
busted a skull or two in his day before ever bringing his particular set of skills to the Taken series. Neeson had limited supporting roles in Excalibur and Krull, but he defined himself as a dramatic actor through his work in projects like The Mission, Michael Collins, and Schindler's List.
Now you can't see him in
Heavy
anything
stuff.
but Taken.
Now
Yeah.
he's got a chip on his shoulder that fuels his pummeling of European thugs and parachuting a tank out of an airplane. Looks like Rob Roy has gone from fighting English aristocrats to wrestling wolves. Whatever fueled this shift of genres, it's working, and action fans can't get enough Neeson. So what do you think of our list? Did we miss
I
any
approve of
actors or
your list.
actresses who defied
do
the odds
approve.
to become believable action stars? Let us know in our comment section, and don't forget to
think who they
subscribe to our
missed.
channel for more videos like this one.
They hit.
They pretty much hit the mark on it, didn't they?
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf, dude.
He
From
doesn't.
Even Stevens to Transformers.
Yeah, Eagle Eye. Yeah, but I guess
I
he's
guess
more
he's
of a.
not action,
I guess
though.
like to this day, though, you know, they're
Yeah.
counting more current people. Will Smith is one of those careers that I greatly admire because he was on Fresh Prince. You watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air even today, and then you watch one of his movies. It's not distracting at all. That like if I watched that Bruce Willis show, I'd be distracted watching Bruce Willis. But watching, yeah, oh yeah,
It was the best
I was
double
like, what the fuck? But watching Will Smith, he took that he has such an interesting transition because he took that comedy, went into action while bringing the comedy, and then he's transitioned into like really hardcore dramatic roles and not so much comedy as much, but just more action. And it's a really impressive career shift that he's managed to do over the years. It's to just go from Fresh Prince, where it's such a goofy character and not a smart dude either, and then to go to like being such a hardcore leading actor, like people like in I Am Legend and stuff.
Totally respect him.
And he's gonna be in Suicide Squad now. So as
Excited for that
yeah,
one.
it's pretty cool, man.
Excited for that one.
Kate Beckinsale. I was introduced to her through Underworld, actually. I know she was in Pearl Harbor, but my introduction was Underworld, so I was kind of surprised she was on this list because I wouldn't call it like an unlikely action movie star, but maybe it's because I didn't follow her career before, but she does fit the mold of an action movie
Well, that's what I was going to say with Bruce Willis as well. Is like I was introduced to Bruce Willis like
Die Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I didn't know him beforehand.
But these actors know how to take roles they've done before in their work. The action genre in a lot of ways has shifted, especially when you see like Matt Damon in The Bourne Identity. And he's doing Bourne 5 actually, I hear. I remember when The Bourne Identity came out, there was so much doubt about it. Because A, Matt Damon's career was already dipping. To get an action movie, and they're like, Matt Damon in an action movie? But I feel it's roles like The Bourne Identity that have really redefined the action genre today. Where you're able to get good character and great act. Because there was a time where there was action stars. You know, Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis even. Like
That didn't go as deep into the character.
yeah, they were
as
just
hoped.
action stars. And then you have these great actors transitioning into these action movies.
Good point.
And they're bringing like great character to it. They're bringing depth. You get a full-on character where the action's kind of secondary to the character, you know? And Matt Damon like blew people away with The Bourne Identity. I remember Minority Report came out around the same time. So everyone was on board for Minority Report, but I remember a lot of people walking away going, I actually enjoyed The Bourne Identity more. You know,
I love that movie.
That movie's fantastic.
So
entertaining. Oh yeah,
three.
they're intense. They're awesome. Matt Damon's great. I love all three of them too.
He said one of the transitions that I was listening to an interview at one point, the transition that he made, he didn't feel like he had the action thing in him. The director's like, yo, just go take some boxing lessons. And he got this stance and he got this like body transformation, and it kind of like eased him into the role, and it gave him this confidence that he didn't know that he had. And then he was able to transition into.
Nice.
So that's kind of cool. It's like, you know?
You just shared a really good insight and points. That was...
Thanks, man. I really like Matt Damon.
Yeah. Matt Damon.
Film Actors Guild.
Yeah. Zoe Saldana, she's someone who's really, like, she's not superstar, but she's on her way to getting there, especially with these action movies and stuff, because she is an actress, and actresses tend to get pigeonholed.
She is an actress.
Yes, it's a fact of life. Actresses can tend to get pigeonholed, and the fact that she's getting like diverse roles and is in action genres, like she's gonna be a superstar one day. I really feel it coming.
Avatar though is so crazy that it's like, it's her, but it's not her. You know what I mean? I love that.
And Nicolas Cage, I remember that when he was doing a lot of action movies. Like Face Off is one of my favorite action movies.
Him and John Travolta.
Yeah, like that's one of my favorite action films of all time is Face Off. He does a lot of like crappy action movies today. It's really sad to see what's happening in his career, because every once in a while he just comes out with a randomly really good film.
Yep.
Like Bad Lieutenant, you were pointing out.
Love Bad Lieutenant.
He just, out of nowhere, there's like a string of shitty movies, and then he does this great performance.
Where's the other one where he's selling guns to people overseas?
Joe? No, overseas. That's with Jared Leto.
Yes. He makes Idaho out of the Shape of Cocaine.
Yeah,
Jared Leto does.
That was his favorite scene. He really related to that scene. Uma Thurman to me isn't an action star, because her only action movie I can really think of is like she did Paycheck with Ben Affleck and she did Kill Bill. Most of her movies are not action films, so I wouldn't call her an action star, but her performance in Kill Bill is phenomenal. From volume 1 to volume 2.
As soon as she came on the screen, this is all I saw from your side.
Chill nipples.
Dude,
chill nips.
For you.
Chill nips, like, yeah. I feel it. That's where all my enthusiasm goes. Is the nip chips.
It drains right out of the face into the nipples.
There's a lot that goes into selling a role in an action role. And Uma Thurman is a great example of what I mean by taking a great actress and putting her in an action movie. That character required a lot of depth and a lot of performance, especially by volume 2. But when she's doing the fighting, totally believable. She's got the demeanor down, the body language, everything about her is perfect in that role.
That's your number one.
That's my number one. I would do the nasty.
What's that?
Tossing salad.
I like salads.
You know I'm referring to butt stuff, right?
Sex?
Yeah.
What?
Scarlett Johansson's someone too who's really transitioning into these action roles and
taking it on.
Yeah, man. But the number one choice that I found was Liam Neeson. What I'm excited for is that Martin Scorsese's next film is starring him and Andrew Garfield. That's
why don't I know about
fucking
this?
exciting.
Wait, why don't I know about
I forgot what it's called. Something about priests. That's so exciting to me because I know Liam Neeson from being a great dramatic actor who suddenly did Taken took off. Now he just mainly does action films. Yeah. I can't wait for him to transition into like another hardcore
you're blowing my mind right now.
Just hearing that fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those three names.
Liam Neeson is another one where he does like a lot of these same fucking movies now. I always notice the reviews, especially on Rotten Tomatoes capsules, will go, movie sucks, but Liam Neeson still does a great job. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning into the channel. If you're new to it, you can subscribe to The Real Rejects. You can check out Ryan in The Gallows being released October 13th on DVD and Blu-ray.
Yes.
And
if you missed it this summer, because you should have seen it in theaters.
You should have.
I hope you did. They did.
Yeah. Dude, that movie.
I did.
Those Blumhouse movies are so cheap to make. If it sold one ticket, you wouldn't have made profit already. That's the fact.
We shot it for $12.
We shot it for $12. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I also have a Vine and Periscope, 2 more than him. And follow us there because if I get enough
I have Vine.
You have Vine?
Yeah.
Then follow him on Vine.
I got some funny ones. You'll like them. They're so dumb.
They're like that guy at the party who's like, yeah, I'm also in the film business. I got some sketches and stuff I worked on.
Check it out.
Just check it out sometime. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I don't know if I should trust this guy, but whatever.
You shouldn't trust me.
Why?
Want to toss your salad.
Call back.